This is Living Left, the raw space where we redefine success, purpose, and identity through honest, unfiltered conversation. We're navigating business, family, change, chaos, one left turn at a time. It's not about finding what's next. It's about owning what's left. Join us and let's go there. Hi, Tanya.
Hello, Anne-Marie. How are you?
I'm great. Like as if I didn't just see you 5 minutes ago.
I
I'm
know.
great. Oh,
You didn't
30
see me
seconds
in
ago.
you didn't see me in this setting.
Yes. Well, welcome back to our podcast.
Hi,
And
everybody.
we're going to talk about something. Actually, it's kind of perfect coming from two friends. We want to talk about the topic of midlife friendship or
Yes.
friendship in general. Friendship in general. But again, it seems like many of our topics come back to this point in time. And that is something, again, we keep talking about how things shift and change and your needs, your personal needs, and everything shifts. And friendship is an interesting topic.
It's one we have a lot of, I think. And I know I have strong views and you have strong views. And first of all, I agree. I think we're very lucky to have each other as very great besties as well as business partners. So that's just, I think we have an appreciation for that. But it's midlife because we are in our midlife. And the idea of friendship, I think, for many people is this point where you know it's important. You have friends throughout your years. But in midlife, all of a sudden you realize that there's this even more intense friendship, right, Anne-Marie? I think that's what you and I have been talking a lot about is you appreciate the need to bring women, and we'll talk about the role of men as well, but women in particular, and have those friendships more so now than maybe what you appreciated a few years ago.
Well, and I'd say the intensity, actually, it's interesting. I'd say maybe there's more of an intense need for friendship,
Yes,
but I would say I think it's a gap in most people's
it
life.
is.
I don't actually think most people don't, at least that I know, I think, at least I don't know, that's a hypothesis. My hypothesis is we crave and need those relationships in a more interesting, deeper level than probably we thought. And the question is, are we meeting that need? Like, do we have friends? I don't know. In some cases, actually, maybe they realize that's the topic. That's the
That's
topic.
a topic we're going to talk about today. And I think we both have strong points of view. So I think we should share kind of our learning and appreciation of friendship over the years, and then start talking about, to your point, some of those gaps. So to answer the question you just kind of posed, I think it absolutely is a gap. And I think
Yeah.
it's not just us. Everyone talks about it, and it naturally makes sense. It's such a focus in your early years, but then you find a partner and you're raising kids, and your friends naturally kind of come along based on where you are, and we'll get into that. But I think the bigger point is, I'm gonna take it back to a female point of view, and also I'm going to take it back to the great Jane Fonda. This all started for me where,
Jane Fonda.
yes, so there's people who are listening will have seen this on TV,
And who sent this link to you to
I have
review?
no idea, but like it
I
showed up.
know who did.
Was it
I
you?
know who. Yes, of course it was. Yes, I sent you this link.
Well,
And
that
now
makes
it's
sense.
become part of
Yeah,
your core values.
absolutely. And
This is how our life works,
it
Tanya.
totally is, because I do no research, and I just I take in whatever people tell me. So you sent me the link. That makes sense, because you send me everything. And see, I do read your stuff. So Jane Fonda being
And I'm also
interviewed.
saying, yes, and you also have your own ideas that are not coming from other people. I'm just going to clarify for everyone.
Yes, but
You,
there's truth. Listen, I'll own it. There's truth, because I'll even go prior to Jane Fonda. There was I was at my previous job before this big left turn happened in
like a
starting a
decade
business
ago.
with you a decade ago. And what started that is I was in a boardroom, and one of my very good friends, and she'll know who it is, I'm not saying names, but she'll know, she's listening, was giving a talk to the company about happiness. And there was a core element of happiness. Ladies, this is so flippin' important. So I don't, and look, in my true form, I don't flip and remember what the Venn diagram was of all of the elements. But if you look it up, there's key elements of happiness, right? Health, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But one of the key ones was community.
Yes.
And she said that, so the genetics is in it, but community was a core part. And I was like, huh, because I consider myself a very content, happy person. But I don't think I was that happy. Like I was having a bit of an existential crisis, as we all do kind of within our 40s or so, as we're like, what? Who am I? And when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, I have not really been investing in friendships because life is full. I was working full time, babies, all of the reasons we don't need to reiterate. We all understand that. I had my friends and I would have a night out here or there, or the friends would be within kind of couple groups, that sort of thing. But I came out of there realizing that I needed to put a lot more effort into my friendship and what friendships. And that was after I actually left my job, started the agency, like that was has been a core focus of mine.
Yeah.
And I think that should be something everyone should consider. And maybe I'll find the article or ask my girlfriend and share it because it's so important.
It's also, can I just, before you, I'm
Please go
adding in.
on. Yeah.
So also, a friend of mine is a professor at Mac, and there's a lot of work on longevity and aging. And the way
Nice.
to actually be happy and healthy in
Yep.
life, recently she sent me something and I was reading it, and it's about purpose and connection. It doesn't actually matter how many steps you take in the day. It matters why you take the steps. It matters that you do something with purpose and connection, and that connection is the same as community. You can interchange those. So just building on
I
it to
agree.
say it's important for the aging population, it's important for new moms, it's important for midlife moms, it's important for dads, it's important for everybody. But I love that you saw that community is the key to
Is the
happiness.
key to happiness. And I know you sent me that article. That sounds familiar. So I'm sure I read that one too. But honestly, that is and isolation, I think in the digital age too, and talk about COVID, like there's so many reasons why I think this is so top of mind. But then, bring in women in their midlife who we've been talking about it on our podcast. All of a sudden we have so much more time and our kids are leaving, etc. We have been conditioned to believe that so I'm going to go like happiness, joy, love, as we go through, it's received by those that are in your proximity, like your kids or your spouse, etc., that is how we should be, and the priority of our love should be coming from those individuals. And what's happening is as we get older we realize those people don't need us as much anymore, and I can't be fulfilled in that
Yeah.
capacity. So that I think answers the question why now there's this tension of, oh
Yeah.
gosh, I have more time, and have I invested in these friendships? And listen, it's super easy. You just call them up, go for wine, like life will be good. It's not like, oh no, I haven't invested in 50 years, I'm screwed. Like you have to put some effort in.
Some people haven't though, Tanya.
No, some people haven't.
And it's not that easy for some who are like scheduling, or their friends are not
That's a good point.
close, or their best friend lives 2 hours away, or you know what I mean? Like in theory,
Yep.
it is easy if you've maintained those friendships over time. If you have not
It
kept,
takes effort. You're
if
right.
you
It's
didn't
not
keep
something
it
you can
together,
just do.
not everybody has. I think you and I have tried to do that, but even then,
It takes time and effort and prioritization of yourself,
yeah.
which in itself is an issue. So I agree. I think so. Yes, I agree. I don't want to be flippant about this idea that, oh, like just call up your friend, but at the same time, just call your friend. Like if or call someone or say
Someone,
yes, to go for coffee or a FaceTime. I have a lot of friends that are not in my province, country, etc. Hey, do you have a few minutes? Let's FaceTime. But that's so we'll talk about that, I think. But if we get back to Jane Fonda, um, there's two key notions. She had a beautiful notion, and why this is, I think, is so important for us women, is the question posed to her, are friendships different for men and women? And she was like, absolutely yes. because women, and why you need the connection, look at each other, check in, talk. What, like if you're having a glass of wine across, a
Yeah.
table, or you're on a couch, you're looking at each other and asking, how are you doing? How are things going? You're looking each other in the eye. It is a very special bond. And men, they watch things. They'll watch, and there's not that one is better than the other. That's not the point of this conversation. But they watch things. I am watching sports. I am watching, I'll just use sports. Everyone knows there's a lot of things you can be watching, but it is a connection that is to the core. If you think, try like, back in the day where women in villages, like we had each other to raise our kids together, and like it is inherent. So we've lost that for a lot of
Yeah.
reasons. And I think at 50 there's that tension. um and I think that's what we want to talk about today is we see you if you're feeling a bit of panic and loneliness in that area, because you and I have both come through that realization and now have worked really hard to establish a whole new group of people later on in life, which can be difficult.
It's
I think
totally,
that's one of the points you
yeah.
wanted to talk about, right,
I think
Anne-Marie?
it's not easy for everybody
Yeah,
to make new friends. I
yeah.
do think that that is a scary consideration for many. And I mean, even if we were to look at, your like, and I think we need to say off the top, you and I are close friends, but we started a business and we were really loose acquaintances.
Good point.
We were not actually, I wouldn't even say friends yet. We had kind of
We weren't
mutual,
friends at all.
no,
We knew each other. We were connected and
yeah.
we knew each other, but that was it.
Yeah. So our friendship has grown over 8 years to absolutely very close. And we're also close colleagues and business partners. There's a lot of things that are intermeshed. It's like we're
Yeah.
married in many,
Our kids are
yeah,
close. Like there's a lot
yeah.
of our, yeah.
It's like we're married in some ways like that.
Yep.
And I feel very lucky and I could get emotional talking about how lucky I am to have you in my life. I think
I
that
feel
that's
very
a
lucky too.
very, if I didn't have you in my life, that would um, I would have a much bigger gap because I think friendships, like if you kind of look at everybody has friends from when they were young. And if you're lucky, you kept them. But keeping them is a task into itself as we all age and grow and do
Yep.
those types of things. And I think that that's if I look at the reasons on why I think my university friends have stayed together is because it's linked around routine. So in those first 5 years after graduation, we were relentless. We would celebrate 5 or 6 birthdays a year, and
Yep.
they just happened to kind of be every couple of months, and it worked out and it kept us together. Had we not done that, they would be Facebook friends only, probably, right?
Yep.
But because we stayed in touch and we were all in everyone's weddings and we still kept going, even when all the babies and everything came along, I would say the last decade it's harder because it's not as easy, as you said, let's go grab a glass of wine when someone is 2 hours away and everyone has their busy schedules and they're working and they're raising a family. But I do think that routine and traditions are a
Yes.
really good way to keep friendships together, whether they're your ones from 30 years ago or even new friends. Like if you look at how we make friends as adults now and take work out of it, because you do meet people through work, but how do you make friends now? Oftentimes they're linked to something that's a routine. So why are hockey moms such good friends? Because you stand at the same time every week in the same stands with the same vision and values, cheering on the same team. And then when your kid plays on another team, sometimes you stay friends or you kind of shift back to acquaintance. But it's a routine and tradition. So if you like people, there has to be something that you build in as a new tradition or a new routine, and that is hard. That's hard
Well,
to
it is
do.
because life is already so full for us, right?
Yeah.
Like I think it starts with the understanding that these friendships and connections are as important as like your heart medication or whatever medication
Yeah.
you're taking. Like it should
Yes.
be treated, and that's how I did it. Like how I genuinely treat
It's a great way.
my friends and my connections and the time. as important as if I was taking any medication for any part of my body to make sure I stayed healthy. And it's back to the stat you shared. So I think first there needs to be acknowledgement and understanding so you don't, because some people would feel guilty about, I'm going to go out. I have a lot of girlfriends who, oh, you're going out, or, the kids' routines, like you got to pick them up. You know what? You have to protect it. And then secondly, it's the point that you made. Now and what we're talking about, I think it's important to say is, like, we all have a lot of friends digitally, and that's really great. Your Facebook friends, as you said, but what we're talking about here is finding a connection, like you're having a conversation like this. I love texting, etc. is great, but it has to go one step further. Like people may get annoyed by that, but I believe strongly that there's something in you, there's an energy exchange that needs to happen.
I would say
Connecting
it's
with,
both. I think it's both
yeah,
though, Tanya. I'd say again, if we're being real here, if people didn't have, remember 20, we used to talk on the phone all the time, and now we don't talk on the phone anymore. Like you used to just phone your friend, right? You didn't make an appointment to phone your friend. You just
sure,
phoned your friend.
sure.
Now we text and keep in touch in that way. I think it has to be that the best version is live conversation and in real life.
Yeah, but
But
I would challenge that if you don't have at least some live conversation, and I'm not saying all your friends, like sometimes you just physically can't do that. So texting and or FaceTime works. I'm saying in your life, in your month, if you
yeah,
break it down, if you are not connecting with someone
yeah.
that is not sitting across something, having a conversation, then you are not connecting in the way that I think
Is
benefits you.
required. I 100% agree, but
That's
I,
what I
I'm
mean.
just I'm just saying it's a combination of both. That's all. I think it's I think it's a combination of both because
You're worried we're going to piss someone off if we say it the other way. Is that what
I'm
you're
not
worried
worried I'm going
about?
to piss anyone. I know. I'm just thinking about I'm thinking about if I didn't have the digit. So again, if I look at like
Hmm.
there's people I will chat, but I
Hmm.
haven't seen you for a month. But if I hadn't been talking to you in the month,
That's
then I
okay.
would really feel more distant from you.
Sure. Okay. I understand that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I just want to, we can let ourselves off the hook by pretending
Oh,
that we have
yeah, I
community and
know.
connection. So I'm
Yeah.
just going to call
Yeah.
out the elephant in the room. I saw a really funny meme about like these animals and these things, like who's the elephant in the room? But anyway, calling out the thing that is obvious, which is, okay, great. We're all digitally connected. There's social
Yeah.
media. I get it. That's not what we're talking about here.
No, we're talking about real, yeah.
And
Being there
putting
for
in,
people in a real life way.
yeah.
And if we all said it like that, no one I don't think is doing enough of it.
No, agreed. And it's not a judgment. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to distinguish why this is so important. And I think that's what we've lost. So then as we come into our late 40s, 50s, and all of a sudden we're feeling lonely and not fulfilled, this is just something that is we're based on experience, you and I
Yeah.
are saying this is somewhere where you need to invest. Um, I have, and I think the other scenario is everyone has different circumstances, but I think we have to get over the belief that our family unit of whether you number of kids and spouse or whatever that looks like can give you everything. I think a lot of the
Yeah.
tension in
Agreed.
families is the expectation of that. So one thing I understood several years ago and changed my mindset is that, oh, I don't, the love and the fulfillment I need doesn't necessarily come from those people only. And in fact, I've said, like, I love my friends the most. Like, it I would die for all of them. Like, I love my friends. Like that, those friendships are so core to who I am. And when I learned that, it took the pressure off needing to have that or give that actually to my kids or, my spouse at the time. I
Yeah.
mean, that ended in divorce. That's an entirely different thing. But like
Another
it,
podcast.
another podcast. But really, I think that's something I think we're told that
Yeah.
our
I
biggest love
reprioritize.
story
Yeah.
should be in a spouse or a partner. That's bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
Our love
Agreed.
story should be in those connections of humans, and love can be in many different ways. And once you figure that out and you put effort, it takes the pressure off. Oh, my kids aren't calling me,
Yeah.
or oh, like, okay, that's fine. I'm over here having dinner or coffee with someone. Like, I'm
So let's talk about the new friendship piece because you just said something I think that's really interesting.
okay.
And you just said, I love my friends. Like I would die
I
for
love
my
my
friends.
friends. Yeah.
So guess what? I'm gonna guess that everyone loves their friends at some level. And if they're lucky enough to have feel like my love cup is full, like I don't need any new friends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's have
And
that
I
conversation.
hear that.
Yes.
Like, why would I go do this? I have enough friends. Why would I personally so fundamentally disagree with that,
Mm.
but I am curious on because I
Well, you
feel
share
you
your
can
point of
never
view.
have, I think you can never have too many friends. I also believe that there are different types of friends, like the phrase there's friends for a reason, friends for a
For a
season,
season.
or friends for a lifetime. And when you categorize it like that, the friends that kind of come and go, um, and a season could be a hockey season or it could be like your whole adult life. Like a season is a chunk of time that you
Correct.
determine. It doesn't have to be short or long. And a friend for a reason, like you came into my life as a friend for a work reason. Like that to me is a reason, but you've
And
like
then I
you're
stayed for a
shifting it.
season,
Well,
and now I'm here for a lifetime.
and you can move through. I
Yes,
think
you
you will
can.
now be a friend for a lifetime, but you
100%.
also but it's not until you've lived long enough do you know who are the lifetime friends. Like you don't just kind of like get granted like, oh, you're a
Mhm.
lifetime friend. I met you last week. Like you don't know that. You don't know till you look back with 2020 vision who actually is a lifetime friend. You don't know that. So, and even people you thought were lifetime friends actually might have only been season. You
100%.
because
And all of that is okay.
yes. So my point
Um,
is, I
yeah.
feel like you want to be, my opinion is I want to fill the friends up because friends also fall through. They come out the bottom. Like you
Yeah.
don't know which ones are going to come and go. And
Yeah.
I've had circumstances like that in my life, people that I thought were like, and I don't really want to get into that right now.
Yeah.
But like people who you think you're like, "Oh, this is a lifetime friend who drop out of your life."
Yeah.
That's like a breakup. Like that's very
100%. Breakups.
upsetting.
I think
Very
friend.
upsetting if you
Yeah.
didn't see that coming. And then there's other friends that surprise you that you think are just going to be there for a season and you're like, "Wow, holy smokes, we have way more in common than I thought." Or you have a shared experience that just elevates the friendship. So to say you don't want new friends or you're not opening yourself up to it, I just find it such a fascinating comment. Like, who doesn't need new friends?
Well, I think that statement, I've heard it as well. I think that's born in fear, right? It comes back to the it's not always easy. You kind of lose that muscle of like meeting new people and making new friends as you get, because you're so guided by the circumstance of your life for probably 15 to 20 years reality as you're
Yeah,
raising kids, etc. So I think, yeah, that comes out of a fear. Well, I don't need new friends because I've got great friends. Like, why would I need new friends? So I agree with you. I
yeah. It's
you and
linked
I
to
are of the
belonging.
same mind.
Yeah. It's
Right. That
linked to be scared of not belonging.
belonging
Therefore, I'm
and
not
like
even going to try. That's nuts to me.
totally.
Totally
And
nuts.
we're exhausted and that just feels hard. But I think like to your so all of the things you've just said, um, because we tell our children this, like friends are friends, but you really find out who people are in the worst of times usually. When everything's going great, even the best acquaintance can be a bestie in your mind. But it's when you're really going through something that those who show up, that's where I would believe it goes into friendship and love, like where you really know the people you can count on. So, for those people who haven't had hard things go on, good for you, and that's amazing. But like as you get older, I think where the appreciation is, chances are you're going to have a lot more difficulty as the years stack up and you realize, so you want to have, and you need different people. It's like anyone. I have friends, I have a mental of who I need to call in what circumstance because of who that person is and the advice and the support I need. But I think the other big part about why wouldn't you need new friends, and I've learned this through the dating scene, this is where is you really have to meet new people if you decide to start dating. Um, and you realize that new conversations are amazing. If you're in
Yeah.
the same group, family group, friend group, like we're kind of, this is
Yeah.
all
Where's the growth? Where's the growth?
and that's okay. Listen, when you're busy for 20
I,
years, like you might not have capacity for growth. So again, we're talking about midlife friendships. You're now going to have more time, guys. Like Anne-Marie and I are on the other side of it. We know this is coming. You're going to have more time. So it's exactly that. It's if you stay within your circle of the same people and the same routine, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. But there is, to your point, no growth in that, meaning you meet a new person, they bring new ideas to the table, new
yeah.
pieces of information, new experiences you can share. Like that, in my mind, is what drives me to meet new people.
Yeah.
Like I love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
And then new people, what's your take when you said dating? It made me think of something too. The same way that when your kids are small, you're like, invite them over for a play date because the one-on-one time helps develop a friendship.
Yeah.
Oftentimes we meet new friends maybe in a group setting or whatever, and you have to almost date them or like have a play date, like actually get to know them individually. And then it's interesting how those friendships can bloom. Like I have a couple new friends that have come into my life in the last couple of years who I wouldn't have expected,
No,
and it
exactly. Those are the
became
best.
out of like this is not the right word, but like you pursue them. But it maybe it is the right word. You have to
So I have
pursue a
said that.
friendship
You do. I know a few women and you meet in a group and I have identified them in a joking way, but the truth is like we connected. Something happened over dinner when you come together and you find this person and
with
you're
a
just
group, you
with a
mean? Yeah.
group and you're like, "Oh my God, we're like what is it? Like sister from another mother,
Sister
mister,
from another
whatever."
mister.
Yeah, but I always go mother because it's like anyway, but anyways, doesn't matter. I have met and I have in my text I've said like you're going to be my new BFF and we're going to like and you have to put that effort in and you
Yeah.
have to do that and it may seem creepy but it's not. And also think about this ladies, like imagine if you received a text like that after a dinner. How great would that make you feel? Like I love talking to you. Um and you're going to now be my new BFF and like I'm not going to stalk you but I am going to put some dates in our calendar and we're getting to know each other. Like wouldn't that make you feel good? Like don't be afraid of that stuff. Like use whatever tone, but that I will
The
literally say
people
that.
that say they don't want any new friends or don't have room in their life for new friends might not like that pursuit. But then that's okay.
Well, they can say no.
Yeah.
But if you've connected with someone, chances are they're feeling the same. And you're right, they may not, they can say no. I'm just saying it would still make them feel good. And if in my pursuit, at the very least, I just made you feel great that you connected with someone and I really like
Yeah.
who you are as a human, job done. I'm fine. I'm like, I'm moving on to the other
Yeah.
friends. Like,
A-
no skin off my nose, but
And
I
you can
just
do
need to
that. Yeah. Do that with old friends too.
100%.
So interesting. I'm seeing a friend tonight to go for a walk,
Nice.
who's my original first friend in Burlington
Oh, yes, I remember.
because and you know this story. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like a joke within our group of friends. Because again, that's a friend actually that has come in and out of my life over the last 20 years. But I was new to town, pushing a stroller. I saw no other strollers. She was on her front lawn with a toddler. I had a toddler and she was pregnant. And I literally crossed the road over like a weirdo and was like, how old is your baby? I just moved here. And I'm sure she went, and I know she did, who are you? Because she grew up
Bill.
here. She had lots of friends. And anyway, I had a little chat and then I went back to her house. This is 20 years ago now. And I put a note in her mailbox and said, this is my
Oh,
phone number. This is where I live. I would really like to meet you at the park sometime. And then she became my first friend. And then
yep.
we have similar age kids. And then
Yes.
life came in and out. And then we've kind of reconnected in the last couple of years because of changes and transitions. And yeah, but we keep in touch and we see. So it's, you can go
But you
back to
pursued
your,
her.
I
But the
pursued her at the beginning,
point
and
is
I'd
you
say we
pursued her.
probably pursued again
Yeah,
to say, I haven't seen you for a long time. Like,
you have to.
and a
I
walk and talk
will,
is such an easy way. So
it is,
easy for those who are
I
local. So
Well,
easy.
that is definitely an easy way. But everyone can do it in a different, like I will literally, so like I've told people this, like on a Sunday afternoon where I kind of schedule it in almost. It's like part of my thing where I literally go through my texts of my friends and I check in. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I haven't heard. I did it when I just got back from Ireland yesterday, last night, as I was trying to stay awake. And there was a few people that I was like, gosh, I haven't heard from you. How you doing? Okay, I'm back. Let's schedule some time.
Well, and you and I had a conversation for at
You
least an
know,
hour.
an hour. But I think it's the pursuit, the discipline. I guess the point we're trying to make is the effort is required for new and
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
And it's as important as breathing. And I think for women alone, like it's the therapy you need. It's the it is, there's so many memes, there's science, there's research, like literally just, an hour or two a week, is equivalent to something. Like as far as what you get out of that connection and that energy exchange, that I think at this point in particular where life can feel um unfulfilled and kind of you feel a little like unappreciated and like what the heck, I've done all of this and now what, that this is an area that
Yeah.
all women need to start immediately. And I would say men too, like this is not just a female thing. I'm a female, so I can only speak of my experience. But I know men as well who have that same importance with their friendships. I do think that men probably do a better job of it throughout the years anyways if they
Oh,
have.
you do? I don't.
Oh, 100%. Like if you just think of playing hockey on a regular basis, like I'm not saying all men, but they'll have their group of people that they kind of, okay, you're right. Maybe not
I don't
maybe
think
new
so.
people.
No, I
Uh,
think they are just have low barriers of entry and everybody is their friend.
okay,
And
fair.
and I think that they put limited effort into it, but so do their friends. So everyone is doing a subpar
Okay.
reality.
Okay. So maybe the
I know
depth
very
of the
few
connection.
men who actually control the social calendar in their house and that maybe they organize their golf.
Well, that's what I'm
I'm
saying that
stereotypically, this is a
I'm going to be
blanket statement, but
stereotypical, because I think there's science and stats that show like it typically that regardless of the depth of the connection, that often the time dedication is easier maybe for men than women throughout the years.
the
So for
guilt is maybe not there the way
well,
that
exactly
goes with,
why.
yeah, yeah,
Totally. And the mental load of
yeah,
time and all of that. But it is equally important. I think men need that connection too. So, but I can only bring my own experience as a midlife female to say that for
yeah,
me, I consider it like a life or death kind of scenario.
yeah. Well, you know what's also another thought is I'm part of a book club that's been going on for 10 years, actually. I
That's amazing.
accidentally started it. It's not my book club, it's a collect but it's in when I turned 40, I wanted to read more books and I was talking about it on Facebook and then this kind of my Facebook friend said, let's start that. And then people brought friends. And it's been going monthly for 10 years. That is an interesting group of friends because they're all very different. It wasn't like I handpicked people that are like me that it's and my usual friends that I would see all the time are not part of that group. And it's
Hmm.
a wide range. Like we have people that just had babies and we have a
Yeah.
grandmother in our group. Like it's a very wide ranging. The
Diverse.
professions are diverse. The only thing that is the same is geographic. Like that's
Sure.
pretty much, and the fact that we like to read. Those are the
Yeah.
same things.
But that's okay. That's all you need.
I think that's an interesting
I think that's even more
part of,
interesting. Like I
well,
want to meet people of different like age stage, life circumstance because that's
yeah.
the interesting. I want to learn about you and what's your life been like and oh my gosh.
Yeah. And my point is I don't you started off at the top talking about friendships and deep love. I think
Hmm.
it's okay to have, like your A, B, C, D friends. Like you can have
Yeah.
friends that and because we're talking about community and connection, right? So not everybody
Yes.
in your community has to be
Your
like
best friend.
your best friend that you could spend weeks with at on time. In
Agreed.
fact, I think our life is richer and more valuable when we surround ourselves with loads of different types of people. And so, and if anyone from the book club is listening, like I love all of you. You're wonderful humans, but there are ones that you click with more than like that's just how life is, right? And so, and every time I go, I learn something new every time. And I know if you think about other groups of friends, like how have they come to, what was your common connection? And are you going, how are you trying to make friends? So, like, again, on the reading thing, like, I will go to things like our library has these speaking nights. I reached out to people, nobody wants to go. Surprise, surprise. I've signed up for a couple on my own. I'll go
That's
this
okay too,
month.
because you'll meet people
Well, this
there.
is my thing. So I will go there with an open mind and an open heart, and maybe I'm
Yes,
going to sit beside somebody
you
else
absolutely will.
and I might talk to them. I might also just listen and get the heck out of there. Like I don't
Sure.
have to, there's no expectation. But if I don't do any of these things, like I'm going to go listen to one of my favorite authors. Maybe someone else will be there who also
Yeah.
likes that.
Yeah.
And maybe you make a new friend or a new acquaintance, a new
Well, it
acquaintance.
is a process. So I agree with you. I don't think we're saying that you don't get to the end of these deep, deep connections without starting at the beginning as acquaintance. No one just like jumps to that level. So agreed. You're not going to get to the end if you don't lean in to the
Yeah.
need to meet people. So
Yeah.
so first it's I think again if we recap it's like understanding the importance and not feel guilty about taking the time to join or say yes or to hang out with, you know, old friends and other groups and things to meet new friends. Like and just I
Say
think
yes. That's the
say
key. And when someone,
yes.
and when someone, and I'm going to say, when someone asks you to do something,
Say
here's just
yes.
the thing.
Totally.
Consider what it is when you say no to that person.
Yeah.
Repetitive. If it's once, okay, because it's circumstance. But sometimes, like, I'll have to take breaks sometimes because I will ask friends to do something, and by the third no, I'm
Yeah.
taking a break for a while
Yeah.
because there is a lack of it. It feels like as if maybe
Everyone has to take the time. Make the
you
time.
need to make the time to show
Yeah.
that that friend is important to you.
I agree with that.
And I get everyone's schedules are busy and everything, but
You
then
can
I will
always
some
find some time.
you
I
can
don't
find
care. I'm
some
calling
time.
people out on that. Come
Yeah,
on.
or you can say, I'm not free today, but what about tomorrow? Like you
Yeah.
can work with the person.
So I always do that. That's the other thing. I think, okay, so the other thing about maintaining friendships and connections, it's like time management. Like you never say, how many times are you text with friends and it's like, oh, we
Oh,
should
we
get
should get
together
together.
sometime. You and I talk about this all the time because we're the same person. It drives me nuts. Then I'm like, I'm the one who will always say, here are 3 dates. Like, I'm not going to
Close
spend
it.
time,
Close
close
it.
it. Like, I'm here for real. Like, I want
Make
to
the
hang out with you.
sale and close it.
100%. I hate that.
And
Oh,
don't
yeah.
cancel on me when we made the appointment.
Yeah. Well, sometimes things happen,
Oh,
but that's
sometimes
once.
things, okay, legitimate things
Yes.
happen. You
Yes.
know what I'm
But
talking
agreed.
about.
I totally know what you mean.
Oh, woke up really tired today.
Yeah.
I don't think I can make it.
Yeah.
Come on. Do you think I'm also not really tired? Do you think I didn't
Yeah.
also move things
Yeah.
around to make it happen? I didn't like
Yeah. And that's okay. Like
prioritize
the
your friendships
and
when
and
you have
here's
control of the circumstance and you have control and know that your friends are
yeah.
here to help make it better because you're building on the relationship. Like
Yeah.
don't
And if
disappoint your friends.
no, but here's the thing, if you don't want to do any of that too, that's all right. Like that's fine. Like we'll what I think Anne Marie and I are saying, we'll suss you out pretty quick to know whether or not you're serious about it or you just don't want to. And I don't judge people who don't want to do that. But I think what we're saying is we know enough now. And I think the purpose of this podcast is friendships and connections and community have saved us through
Yeah.
the number of years. Like I'm going to be that dramatic. I had a 50th birthday party and invited all my friends and family who I love to thank everyone for getting me through some pretty crazy times as an appreciation. So we're just saying if there's a lack of fulfillment, which likely is happening at this age and stage of your life, if not, that's great. move
Yeah.
on, don't
Hooray
listen
for
to the
you.
pod.
If your
Hooray for
life is
you.
perfect, you're not
Yeah,
listening to
but
this anymore.
95% of you are going to be like, absolutely. Then the best way to add the fulfillment is in these connections. And it's scary. And if you don't have anyone to call, you just call me and Anne Marie and we'll go out because
Yeah.
we
And
love
if you
that
have to
stuff.
cancel, it's okay. I want to just reiterate, like, I get it. Circumstances happen.
Totally, I get it. I get it.
Migraines happen. Car accidents happen. Shit
Yes,
happens. Like,
shit
I get it.
happens.
I totally get it.
No,
It's
but you're
just
right. It's,
because
you
I
know,
have to cancel sometimes too. That's not, but the point is it's about effort and we need friends. Like if I look at, I think there's going to be, I was thinking about this knowing we were going to talk about that. There are times in your life when I think you really need groups of friends. When you are in a new school transition, I think about our university kids, like you're going in, you really need that new group, or like the first day of school when you're a small kid. Then when you're a new parent, holy smokes, there's a time then that there's a gap and you need like-minded friends. I think we're in a new space now. I think this mid-age transition. And then I think there's another one. I was looking at my 81-year-old mom.
yeah,
There's another one there when people are, women tend to outlive their spouses. And if
yeah,
those women have only ever had friends who were couple friends
that's a
and
great point.
didn't do a wide range and their friends maybe die,
Yeah,
was a terrible thought, but
yeah,
like they wind up in some small settings and I'm really proud of my mom's is part of the social group. She is a busy bee. Like she
that's
is
amazing.
doing something every day with a group of women who are all new friends and they're part of a networking group. And I'm really proud of her. And I
Yeah.
think, gosh, it's almost like they need that for our age. Apparently, you can join at our age, but I don't want to join her
No,
group
that's okay.
this age.
Oh, look at us. We're talking about you should say yes. We're like, no. No, I mean, listen, I would go with you. Why not have a conversation?
We
You
could
know,
go.
who
I just
knows?
don't want to. I want to go be with the 50-year-olds, not the 70 year
Well,
olds.
that's what
Yeah.
I agree with
But
that
the
too.
stuff
Like,
that they do is really fun. Like, for example, like she plays games, like she plays euchre.
oh, I do
Like,
euchre.
honestly, if we could play euchre
I would
like a
totally play
couple
euchre.
times, that I'm like, oh, I just want a ladies euchre group. I should start that.
100%. You should just
Okay.
start that. Or
Okay.
we'll
I'm writing
join,
it down.
June. That's fine too.
No, 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 like our own euchre group. But
Yeah,
see,
that would be good.
you see what I just did though? Did you see what I just did?
What did you
I
do, Anne
will
Marie?
start that, I just said.
Yes, I know you will. I'm excited.
I will, but it's great. But sometimes I wish it was already started.
You are who you are, though. Like, honestly, I've learned that too. Like, you also have roles of friends. Like, friends are different. There's tons of hilarious memes out there about like a three group of three friends, and you each are like the role in that
Yeah. Who's the
three group.
planner? Who's the
Who's
hot mess
yeah.
mom?
So
Who's
like
the
it
whatever?
just is, and then you're just that person. And as long as you get the appreciation and they're showing up and saying yes, but not everyone is built that way, you
I want
know?
to play mahjong. I want to play euchre.
Yeah.
And I also love getting together for drinks. That's fun. But also in midlife, like I don't
There's
bounce
only
back
so
in the
much.
way I can't do
Totally.
that the
I
way I used to
agree.
do. Like
I agree.
it's on, but I
Experience
still
is
want to be
important.
social on a Wednesday.
Well, you know
Can
what
we
I've
play
done
euchre on
now?
a Wednesday?
You can. And also I think, if you have the
Wednesday night?
flexibility. And also, it doesn't always have to be nighttime. So, like, my girlfriend just texted me now because I'm back. She's like, "Are you free for coffee?" And like Wednesday afternoon, I don't have any meetings around 3. So I'm like, come over. Like, it can be before dinner too. Like, I think we have to get out of this. It always has to look like this. I'm like, come over
Yeah.
for coffee. I'm working. So come here. She's like, I'll
Yeah.
bring you a Starbucks. Done. Like, it's an hour,
Yeah.
hour and a half. And I
Yeah.
think that when we talk about making time, you got to, and I get that not everyone can do that. I have a lot of time, so I'm like, whatever. And I'll just work later. Like, those are the things we have to rethink. But anyway,
Yeah.
our time is probably,
What are we at?
yeah, I think we
About
probably
half an
have to
hour.
wrap.
Let me look at my list because we did have ideas. We were gonna, oh, we're all good. I do feel though that this is a topic, and I love it when we give ourselves a little homework
Yes.
because
Although I haven't
I
done
don't
any of the
know. You
homework.
didn't do the homework.
What was the one? Although I think
Living
I'm
a
on my
curious
way to
life.
doing one thing of a change of schedule. I just got
So
back. man. I just got
I don't,
back.
I, you, no excuses, no
Yeah,
excuses.
well, I lived in
So,
Ireland for two. That was a total change of schedule, so maybe I did do my homework.
yeah. So I think I'm going to think about this, but I think we probably need to come back to this topic. And I don't know if there's somebody we can talk to about it, but I also
What
think
topic?
just like community and connection as we age, like that actually maybe my professor friend might want to chat with us a bit about
I
it.
would love that.
And then in terms of homework, you know what? I'm going to go to those two speakers at the library and I'm going to talk to somebody, which is going to feel maybe
Oh my
weird.
God. Okay, first of all, Anne-Marie, I don't
Yeah.
believe that's homework. You would just naturally do that.
I would talk to them like to say hello, but I wouldn't be
Gonna make a new friend.
like that
You're gonna be my friend now.
like I mean that's weird. You know, like I don't want to be a weirdo. Like I
I think the next time, this is what I think everyone's homework should be. The next time you're in a setting where you meet someone that you connected with, and don't tell me it doesn't happen, it happens. If you're meeting with people and you're just like, oh my God, that was so interesting, then the homework should be you have to go one step further and say, hey, follow up. Let's meet
yeah.
for coffee. Let's have another conversation. Like I will do that often because I like to collect people along. Like that's, I look at friendship too as like a collection of people along the
Yes,
way
you
of your
do have
life.
odd collection. Like you have a
I
collection with the
do.
woman that does your waxing. Like one
Yes,
of your
Carol.
best
Well, she,
friends
she is like my best
who
friend,
you
and
met 'cause she was waxing you,
I know. But
which does make me laugh.
most people who
Ah,
meet her, she becomes your best friend because she's amazing. But it is, it's like
just a way to
you,
get up close and personal
I
right off
know,
the
but
bat.
like it's
Tanya.
in the conversation and connection. Like if she was boring and I didn't connect with her, then it's fine. Like I would
Yeah.
never. But you have to like there's just so the next person you meet and you're connected with, pursue. Pursue as if you were dating and you met someone and you like them. Like I
Actually, I
think
haven't
that
I know who that's going to be actually. I went on a blind date with this other mom with
I
our
love
two
this.
daughters in the
Yes.
summer and we
Yes.
had the nicest day and afterwards we were like, well, that was the best blind date ever. Like it was
Yes.
kind of a it was like our the kids were there too. But anyway, maybe that will be a pursue. But it's and you
Like
have to
don't
go
be
into
afraid
it
to do that.
thinking who knows what happens, whatever.
I
And
think
that's
it's
not dis and getting new friends is not dissing any of your old friends.
no,
That's
not at
another
all.
piece. You're not cheating on your old friends, but
No.
getting new friends.
No, you make
It's
time.
not
It's up
like,
to you to make time. You should make, whoever, whichever friend I'm with, I'm in it with that friend. Like that's the time I have with you. And they are the most important person in that moment for me, like to me. And I will treat them that way. And I think that's how it should be. You can have 15 million friends, but like if I'm sitting across from you, I've made the time, we're connecting. So I agree. It has nothing to do with any of my other friends
and
because when
then
I'm with
I
them,
haven't, yeah. And then you know what else just got me thinking as we were talking about is also good friends also lift each other up in many ways. So the
yes,
other nice thing as professionals is when you have many friends, you know what? We are friends with really smart people, women who are
yes,
making a difference and doing amazing things in
yes,
their companies or organizations. It actually makes you a better worker or employee or parent. Like you learn so much from these women and you can help them in their goals as well. So you
it feels
like
good.
when people are in it, like they're looking for a new job, you can maybe you know someone and you can introduce them. Maybe you can help get them hired or give them some work or which is the whole leading left separate networking
Yes,
piece we were talking about. But that is another big reason to have a good group of friends where I think when you talked about men, they have large networks. Maybe that's what you meant, that it's easier for them to shake a hand and now they're like part of the network and women feel like we need to develop it a little bit more. But friends are a network. They are. And they're also a network if you need help. Like
a hundred
if
percent.
we're ever, odds are one of someone, knock on wood, but not like someone could get sick. We need somebody who
Yeah,
knows something about that. Like we need help
yeah,
for one of our kids. Our someone in our friend group has a expertise in something. Like
yeah.
that's it's a your network is very valuable on a personal level,
Agreed.
not just on a love and heart fulfilling
Oh
level.
yeah, it multidimensional for sure. We should
So,
have there. I'm already thinking of like shoot offs of this where we can have more in-depth conversation, but
yeah, and these are
that's
good
it. Good.
conversations to have.
Yeah,
I want to keep going, but I know we have to hang up.
we do
We
need
got to
to
go have a
hang up. We need
financial
to
meeting.
hang up. We need to hang up. Well, I hope we got our points across. I think so. We have such strong views around this topic. So, but
All
I
I'm
think
gonna say, if you want to be my friend, you just come and tell me you want to be my friend. Like, I
totally, I'm the
love
same way.
everybody. I really do. I'm loyal to a fault, actually.
Yeah,
That's
and you're
the
curious about
problem.
people. I think the key is you're curious about people, right? So
I
it's
like you first, then I don't like you.
yeah, well,
Some people you have to prove. You know what
yes,
I mean?
that's
Though
true. That's
some
true.
people are like, I automatically don't like you. I need to.
Yeah.
You can tell those are the people you have to prove yourself you're good. I'm like, no, no, no. I like you anyway. I'm gonna like
Yeah.
you until you show me that I shouldn't.
Yes, for sure. You have to have an open mind and an open heart. 100%. I like this conversation and I'm glad I have you as my friend.
Oh my gosh, me too. I'm very, very lucky.
We are
We
very
lucked out,
lucky.
man. We
We
really
did luck
lucked
out.
out.
We did
Yes,
luck
it
out.
could have gone a lot of ways.
Could have gone a lot of ways. But I will also say that we lucked out, but we both were the same human and we put effort in. You showed up for me and my kids. I showed up for you and your kids early on in that relationship. Like, if we didn't do that, it could have gone another way. But
Yeah,
you and I showed up for each other the way we want to show up. So that's what's, I think, while I feel very lucky, I do, I also know that you and I put in the effort because I think we met and we're like, oh my God, there's a
yeah,
connection here. Now let's water it and watch it grow. Like that's
yeah.
what you need to
You
do.
have to water.
If one of us was not the same way, and we have that experience, it does go another way. So
Yeah,
it's when you find those people, hold on tight.
yeah, yeah.
Few and far
I'm
between.
hanging on, friend. I'm
I'm
hanging
hanging
on.
on too, my friend. Okay.
All right. See you
Thanks for the
later.
chat.
Bye.
Bye. If you felt this one, share it because what's left isn't less, it's everything.
Is that it? I think so. We gotta do it again. I'm like, why?